Morning.
Morning.
So, how's everything?
Doing good.
Good. Being good. Right. Being good is good. So, we have Nathan coming in. So, how's the practice? How the practice looks like?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
I wanted to give an update. Um, I'm getting ready to work with my trainer with bringing the B version, having him help me with form like you suggested, and I'm really excited about that. And I just have a question. In past teachings, you've said that the B version, like that like you can go down to 3 reps. Was it two? Do you still teach that? Um, and Is it for muscle size or strength that you do 3 reps?
The muscle size. So, when you have enough muscle in the body for your height,
Uh-huh.
move into the 3 repetitions to increase the strength, but not increase the muscle size.
Okay.
So, you have to know your um, how much body fat you have and how much muscle you have for your height. If you have enough, then there is only the idea of to lose the body fat and arrive in the in the ideal body.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So you can use the 3 repetitions that will promote more strength and improvement nervous system, more pressure on the bones, also to deal uh, with the osteoporosis. If people have osteoporosis, they need more weight on the bones. So the more weight, the better it is.
Thank you.
So the way you can do with your with your trainer to engage the B version
Mm-hmm.
and to assist you with that. And you said that you have certain amount of those sessions, right?
Yes.
How many do you have left?
I don't know exactly. I have makeup ones, so lots of makeup ones. So it was till November, but I'll go past that to make up the makeup ones.
Okay, so you can spread them weekly or monthly, yeah, the way you'd like it. I have, I think so, unless they have different rules. But
Well, they right now I'm twice a week.
oh, I see. Okay, so it's more like a training, coaching.
Yeah. So I could go either longer or more often a week, but I think I'll start with 2 a week.
Yeah, that's good. So, why do you do it?
I I started because I wanted to get stronger.
Okay. Um, you can also pursue separate squats that you can do with the trainer. You can have a squat routine and just follow the strength of the legs,
Mm-hmm.
and you can do the presses. Overhead press squat is pretty good actually. So you can do 20 sets, let's say squat press and press squat with a bar. So you can introduce that to the coach, and you say that you would like to improve the squat press squat. That will help you to get stronger in the shoulders, and squat will make you better in the quadricep.
Okay.
Why do you want to get stronger?
Oh, I think I just wanted to be able to live life better, like get out of chairs better, just functional strength.
All right.
And right now I'm getting ready to go to Italy, so I want to be, ready for that with flexibility and
So
um
do you feel
those things.
how are you during the day? You feel like you need the strength, why do you think that you need it?
Well, I'm feeling stronger because I've been training with him, so I don't feel that way anymore. But at the beginning, I just wanted help with functional strength.
Yeah, you think about yoga, let's say Bikram yoga, right? And no focus on strength. But people who practice yoga, they are strong enough. How much strength do you need?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you practice the happy body. It's enough strength. Why to bother with more strength? Unless you really want that for other reasons, like people are athletes and they need more power, so they need the strength and speed. But in your case, uh, well, the strength is not really so much strength is not needed, but more the need is on emotional eating and getting rid of the fat, the focus. It needs to be more on that in that area. Unless you
Yeah,
need.
you
Mhm.
yes, I agree. Yeah, I do need to shift that focus to getting rid of extra fat because I have lots of it.
Yeah, because our focus sometimes is we defocus. We want to focus on something that actually is derail from actually what we should do. So it could be in your case is something that uh, you focus so you don't focus on something more important.
Yeah, now I have to reorganize what my goals are with him, maybe.
Yeah, go and do yoga. So in yoga you will get um, help with calming down the mind also. So that will develop more gap between the impulse and decisions. So it will help you with uh, emotional eating. So you can stop yourself when the impulse is for eating more than we need. That's where we really need emotional intelligence. Is that uh, how to how our response is constructed, and when we are not really um, emotionally intelligent, then we make decisions that they are deconstructed, so that we do certain things, overdo, not the right thing. So it's like you need to do homework, but you don't do homework, you do something else, right?
Mhm.
And you don't do homework, and again, and then you have the fears to go to the class. Then after 2 3 weeks, you don't want to go to the class at all, and then you're expelled from high school. So that scenario is, repeats itself for those who uh, the emotional intelligence is not constructive, it's deconstructive. to make decisions that those decisions do not support the improvement, support the going away from improvement. So deconstructed. And to really practice like the Habibade, we need a lot of this emotional intelligence because we can have the messages that are deconstructed, like stop doing it, not doing today, debating whether it's good or not. But that's the all fatalist talk, negative talk. So we definitely need that certain intelligence to tell us what is good and actually make it happen. So in the wholeness, we need to see whether, like for you, whether strength is more important than focus and flexibility, right? So what's going on here?
Well, actually, flexibility is more important than losing weight.
Yeah, so for that, if flexibility is more important, that fits more yoga for you and not centering in the gym. And for that, best yoga is Bikram yoga because Bikram yoga is kind of the same as the Habibade. You follow the routine, you learn the routine, you integrate the routine, and the routine becomes the second nature, but at the same time it's integrated, and you start receiving the data on a daily basis, how you do, what you do, where the improvements are, and is there anything different in the body that day. So all of it is really crucial, that learning system that we are getting from doing over and over the same. But of course, improving that the same, but still the same. So when we start doing the variety of different things and so on, we don't have chances to develop that kind of data and improvement and progression. When you do Bikram yoga, everybody there is like 20 people. They know each other. They know how good they are in every posture because they did it so many times. They know themselves and they know everybody around. And they become friends because they start sharing the same progression challenges, and that becomes like a team. That's how the team happens in in weightlifting and rowing and all these sports that they progress, and the progression is in everybody's business. We want to get better. So Bikram yoga definitely, because any other yoga can be entertainment. You can
I
do
see.
it, and you can do it, and you never get better. There are no goals. They are not clear goals where the posture is going. Like in dance, we have goals, right? When you go and you start dancing and the dance with a tango or bachata or whatever it is a skill. And those who dance, they know what is a great dance. So there's a goal of that great dance. First, you learn the skill, know how to do it, but then you start improving that. And that's improvement is something that drives us toward getting better because it's there. We know the goal of it. So when you go to Bikram yoga, that flexibility is a goal in every posture. And there is a movement, like in the happy body, you move through the exercises. Then the same in yoga, you move from one posture to another one, smoothly move forward, but every posture has its perfection. And eventually, you start improving yourself toward that perfection. You start seeing the progress and makes you happy. Because as soon as you can see the progress, it makes us happy. Yeah, we are happy when we get better. We're happy when we get more money, right? We get healthier. So all of it, that something that is progress, more, better, and makes us happy. So, don't waste your time when there are no clear progression and routines and so on.
What could you do that since we've been learning the happy body exercises? Could I do that instead of learning a new Bikram yoga for flexibility?
You can. It's a different. You do the happy body. You do the same way, but if you want to do something else, you
Okay.
something, right? So you go to, the one thing that is really clear the same idea is Bikram yoga. There's nothing else in the world. Nothing. Nothing
Yeah.
routine that actually there are some routines in taekwondo, in all the fighting, that they have certain routine that they follow, like a skill to learn at a certain levels, and so they have this routine, and that routine doesn't change. It's important that the routine doesn't change. Like dance doesn't change. It can have a little bit more different moves and so on, but skill is clear. What is the dance and what are the moves and when and how and so on. And when you learn the skill and you practice and you make those exercise better, you improve, you feel better. And it's easier to do that when you practice over and over the same.
Mm-hmm.
That's adaptation. The body adapts to the new level. And when we continue to do the same, it's easier for the body to adapt to the new level. But if we are not consistent, even though we do the same thing, but we are erratic, then it's harder for the body to know and to adapt to the next level. So usually we push more, we overtrain, and we burn out. And then we drop to do something else because simply we are not getting better in that thing. So that would be somebody is a pole vaulter and after a year becomes a sprinter and after a year become the javelin thrower and change after a little bit of time when it's really hard, run away and do something else. And if we do that way, then we miss the opportunity to actually get better and better. And if you get really good in one thing, you are good in many things. That's the point. Pole vaulter at a certain level is an awesome body system. That's the same as a sprinter. It really doesn't matter whether you sprint or do pole vaulting, but these two, or weightlifting, but these two have one thing in common: excellence at a certain level. And when you reach that, it's easier to do anything in life because you are faster, you are stronger in that one thing. And if you pursue one thing, it's easier to become stronger and faster. So it's definitely a temptation to not to do the same, but to do different things. And it's boring. People say it's boring. And, it's like meditators would say, transcendental meditation is boring. Let's meditate that and that. And after about 10 years, the person meditated in 30 different ways of meditating. And of course, because of that, there is no really benefit of meditation at all in that body system. And so let's say Ayurveda, right? Ayurveda is a way of learning how to be healthy, how to recognize when the body is becoming not healthy. They develop all the steps, how to prevent and how to treat problems and how to even see when we actually getting sick. It's amazing. And then for I don't know how many thousands of years, 4 or 5 thousand of years, they kept doing it and kept learning that. Amazing things when we do over and over the same.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I look forward to hear from you in 2 weeks. What are you going to do?
Well, I'll probably cancel my training and I focus on ideal body weight and flexibility.
Flexibility is life, if you are flexible, then there is no pain. It's almost like 100%. When the body is tight, that's where the tightness happens, the attachment pull of the bone, the tendon, and we start feeling pain. Goes into our brain pain. And if it was sometimes, I was okay. But when the pain wakes us up at night, it becomes a problem. If it's during the day, we can fix here and there. But once the pain wakes us up at night, big problem. The same problem as alcoholism, functional alcoholism becomes alcoholism and becomes dysfunctional. When we drink a little bit wine at the dinner and so on, it's not a problem. But when we drink a little bit too much, then we cannot function anymore in life. Interferes with whatever we do. Other people see it, and we lose our job. When we lose our job, then we drink more to deal with depression or whatever it is, feeling down. So I'm glad that we talk about this. It's it's hard to know in life where is the hard choice, and actually hard to recognize it, which one and where. And we think it's a hard choice, but it's an easy choice, and we don't see it sometimes. You can't recognize it. All right, so who else is going to share something? Make me talk. You have me there, so
So Jersey, for someone like I'm Anila's age, just to, have, to be fit meaning for everyday life, right? And then have, good bone health, and look good, would it be the C that I should do? Or no, I'm sorry, B?
No, you do A and you B. Whether you want to see, it's up to you. But
Okay.
even in A, it could be good. If you make it B, I think that's enough. The C is only for people that they think that they need the cardiovascular.
Mm.
And that's okay too, because the heart, everything works, and the speed, the 30 minutes. So we really have to be really quick to finish the whole thing. So it's almost like running 5K,
Mm.
keep going, right? You still the break, because there is a break between the breathing, but the accumulation of the pulse is higher and higher, and start beating on the higher level, 100, 110, 120. So yeah, well, A and B is enough.
Okay.
And the some cardiologists, they understand that, and they say that the running 100 meters is all you need, but it's also cardiovascular. And the heart develops differently because it has uh, more about up and down instead of steady. So heart rate variability is what they say in the research today is more important than steady heart.
Mm.
Steady can have a problem of collapse. The variability means that you test that heart on so many levels that the heart will adapt in situations that is needed. So when you lift B and really heavy, the heart will pound the same way as you would on the C, like because you do faster everything. But if you do B and heavy weights, and the heart will pound.
Mm.
And on A, A is more flexibility oriented. That's why it's lighter weight, so you can stretch, right, and you feel soft and open and relax. But definitely, that is the flexibility aim, and that flexibility aim is to create to prevent the stiffness that comes with age, but also to prevent imbalances. As soon as you can be flexible, like I had a lot of dancers and yogis that they were flexible in certain area and not inflexible in the other. So that was shocking for them to actually to find out.
I mean, so, a lot of modern, I don't even know if I want to say fitness trainers, but like people that I follow in like the health and wellness space are big proponents of zone two training. Um, and that's kind of like steady state cardio and they say, 30 to 45 minutes plus. It's really not a heart rate zone, but heart rate is the easiest way to kind of loosely measure it. It's more of a lactate buildup in the cells. Um, And that comes from the same space that I discovered you in. Like, I discovered Happy Body through Tim Ferriss. Tim Ferriss is also big friends with Peter Attia, Andrew Huberman, people like that. And they're heavy into that space, or heavy suggesting, ideally you should be doing X amount of hours of zone two a week. I found it just hard to do schedule wise. And I feel good when I do Happy Body every day, but um I'm curious if maybe just they haven't done a study on or it's starting to get in the study of how consistently training in this way leads to the same benefit as zone two, or I don't know, maybe not really making much sense, but do you have any thoughts on that specifically?
So it depends really about your goal, right? So if your goal is to have a robust body system, then the happy body A and B is enough. It gives you the robust and gives you flexibility. And this is a pretty good blend. And to live a good life, it's not, you don't need much. You need just the body to be not too strong, but certain strength that is needed to move around and to ski. But then its flexibility is crucial to have a lot of that. So whatever you do in the skiing, you will not really create these small tears in the body. So you are extremely sore next day. So the A and B can deliver that easily. So now why would you build the strength beyond that? No reason for it. When you look at the blue zones and people living in blue zones, they are not really strong. They are strong, but not really strong. Are they flexible? Could be, right? Because they kind of live their life and work in a garden or things, but they don't have organized system of exercise at all. They have chores, physical chores on a daily basis. They have food that mostly is made, grown wherever they are. That's interesting. And they are pretty happy. So they kind of in the community, they sound pretty happy. So they figured out how to be happy. So to live a good life is a purpose of philosophy, right? How to live a good life, right? That good life can be interfered by obsession of becoming stronger, actually too strong. Then you will get pains, you will get injuries, you get problems. And then why? What's the point? It could be the point of just that because somebody said so. So that's why we wanted to avoid in the happy body to set up, okay, this is as much strength as needed. Basta. Stop it. This is the flexibility that we need. Basta. Stop. I had a lot of yogis in my place because of the chronic pain they develop in the body system, because they started pushing and re-injuring their places and getting pain everywhere and waking up at night. So, there is a wisdom of enough. What is enough? We try to figure out what is enough. So we don't get obsession. It's like, how much money do we need, right? So that's the same story. If you think that you don't have enough and you start pushing, you can neglect your family, you can neglect your relationship with your children, and everyone around, because you just don't have enough money. So the whole time goes into making money, and you'll be irritated when people talk to you and so on. So it's a disaster, really. But there is such a thing as enough, and if you know enough, and if you want to progress organically, you are wise. You are very wise. That can be physical progression, or weightlifters do not progress fast and because they special training and so on. So organically, microprogressive system understood by coaches and they do not speed it up, or they do not want to make it faster, because they know that if they do, they will break the athlete. So coaches, they have to know it. They have to know the adaptation, the time, and so on. And they have to be okay with what is and what is needed to make it happen safely. I mean, safely. Not all these people that they are crazy, they end up with the same thing. Not to have money, broken, and physically broken, and in pain, right? So it's really to become better. There has to be a question: how much better, and where is the stop? So we can enjoy life, we can sustain that good, and we enjoy our life. Good, right? All good.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. Thank you.
So if you want to compete, like we compete in Olympic weightlifting, then you go into that area. So that has sense. If you want to compete or engage in some other activity that you need something more, then you train that. But it has to be pragmatic. It has to be something that you want, you know why you want it, and you need to know where is the end and how much and so on, and how that could be created, because you are in the danger zone. As soon as you go out of the happy body or beyond that, you are in the danger zone of improving the strength beyond. It's really hard enough to be as strong as 80-year-old Charlie Henderson, right? It's hard enough. So, but when you are so strong, that is a fantastic body system. It's time for living, enjoying that body, doing things that you want to do. And usually, it will be more than you need. When you have the happy body strength, it's more than you need for almost anything. That's not really weak body. It's very strong. So pursue the happy body strength. It's a hard choice. First you get there, and then you can say, "Oh, I want more strength."
So, Jesse, I have a personal question for you.
Yeah.
Before you won your world title, how many years did you train before you won your first title?
Angela trained probably, let me see, about 7, 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's usually 5 years is, after 5 years of training something, you get pretty good at that. If you do it consistently, you have the focus, keep doing it. So that you have pretty good level of excellence. But then from that, you go to between 5 or 10 is needed to compete on the, let's say, world level, national level. But that depends a lot on coaching, on your ability to adapt genetics, how the body recovers, how fast, so you're ready, how your mind is driven to be faster and overcome the weights on daily basis with coaches and everybody around. As the same happens, on a skiing, when you go down, some people go down and they go down faster than others, right? They kind of want that. They have this insight. What I always had it that you have to improve. You have to improve. So let's say you improve and you hit the standards, the happy body standards. Okay, you're there. Now, what do you do? Well, we say, now, have a good life, sustain it, right? And have a good time. But you could go beyond that too, right? And some people do. But you can do it both. You can improve the happy body, and you can, let's say, do boxing. People do taekwondo, boxing, water polo, sprinting. We have athletes that they are almost all sports. So they do both. They do improve the happy body, use it as an internal recovery system, massage, and restoring the body to the previous time. But also they do the other sport, which is good too. Pick up a sport, dance, dance is like, on a certain level, dance is, wow, that's like sport, right? It's like the way they dance, especially, tango and rumba. Wow, that's really dancing. They move very quickly. And there is a modern dance that when you see dancers, wow, that's what you say when you see them. So what is their level of performance? That could be on, when you compare Olympic weightlifting and it could be on a 60-year-old, even 50, 60. Their records can be there around that time. So, if you're bored with the happy body, you can go on the balancing board and you start using balancing board and having fun with that. You can start with the balancing board that is more safe. It moves on that way. And it's pretty fun. Let me bring the balancing board here so you'll have fun.
Melanie, where are you physically?
Where am I?
Yeah.
In my house?
No, I know you're in your house, but are you in the San Francisco Bay Area or
I'm in Utah.
Utah? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't like being in the news lately.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
My daughter goes to that school, so she was in class really near it. So it's been
okay.
been tough for our family, for everyone.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, it's kind of a tragedy all around,
mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, thanks for asking. Where are you?
I am in Berkeley, California.
Oh,
I'm about 45 minutes from where Jersey lives.
cool.
Yeah.
Visit us sometime. So this,
Oh,
see? I don't see
oh, okay.
the name is here. I see it. Strong Tech. T-E-K. Oh, okay. Cool.
So this is more, there's the other one which is like circular, right?
What is it?
There's another one which is circular.
Yeah, it can be something that is under and it's separate, but I like this one to start.
Uh-huh.
This one has only this very safe.
Okay.
It doesn't move. It doesn't move. It moves only to the side, but it doesn't move forward and backward and so on, right? So it moves only to the left and right. So you start with that, you see, and then you take the dumbbells, and then you do inhale, tie the same way, and you go stretch, return, and you keep at the beginning. You can keep yourself on the board that you can really learn how to stand on the board without touching the grounds, and so you pretty balance. But that it will help you to develop some speed, the nervous system, which is really needed now we are getting older, when we are getting older. But at the same time, it's fun, and some people are bored. That is a good shift. Still the happy body, that with additional challenge.
Mm.
Yeah, that looks
I
fun.
Yeah.
oh
Yes.
I bought a hip circle recently. You're familiar with that? Maybe you actually know Mark Bell, super training. Do you know what a hip circle is? It's it's like a giant rubber band that you put around your legs basically, and you squat, and it kind of like stretches out your what is it? Your glutes and everything. Kind of adds resistance, forces you to like it's to train you so that your knees don't cave in during the squat.
Oh, I see.
Um, yeah. And I bought it because I mentioned I was getting into rope flow. I'd sent you a link to that guy, and one of his suggestions is to use the hip circle while you're practicing, so that you you maintain a strong posture during the flow. Um, anyway, I was thinking about using that during Happy Body just to add an extra flair to the workout. So I see that you're doing that with the balancing board. So we could get, I mean, I don't want to, undermine the system, but I mean, we can add things like that if we want to just to make it
But
harder.
you don't want to bounce around, because that you are connecting yourself to something that I don't know, you cannot control in a normal way. The bonds have the resistance that changes. So
Yeah,
you don't want that in life. That's why the dumbbell is the one that is always the same. With bonds, it can be different resistance, different problems. So you can apply, you think that the new bond has a different resistance that the old changes resistance as well. So the problem is in control all these resistances that you cannot predict where you are, wherever. So when it comes to the board is the board. So it doesn't change. And it takes out of you a lot to have the right balance. Also, there are progressive boards that go forward, that the boards are more difficult. So the boards that can be 360 degrees. and I have those too. But yeah, I do it with caution because they are also fast and you can fall off that board very fast. So the beginning is really that, and load the weight and challenge a little bit, but the resistant bands is a problem. In the research is the problem too. We people use them in the research, but then you cannot replicate the research because the bands, you cannot have the same bands that people use for developing strength or something else. So all this research is useless completely because it doesn't say anything. It's not replicable. When you have dumbbells, the dumbbells are the same everywhere. You cannot have the same bands everywhere. The big problem. What is the resistance? The resistance changes how far you go. So all this control is not really existing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Big problem with research and big problem to claim anything, because how you can claim something when you actually cannot replicate and you cannot have the same. SM3 ways are, the best way to predict and replicate the exercise system and resistance, creating resistance. Any machine is already a problem. That's why the Pilates is a problem, because it's a machine. Once you get into machine bands and things and so on, you really don't know what was tomorrow, what was yesterday. Bands are not, I don't know how far you go and so on. So definitely the only three ways and the balancing boards, that they always the same. So you have to look at something that you can have the same, and then you control that, like gymnastic bars. There is always the bar. There's always the same bar no matter where you go. When you do chin-ups, you do chin-ups, and there is a bar. So there is always the same bar. In gymnastics, is all the same. The beam is the same. They are all the same things.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's funny you mentioned Pilates. My when I discovered Happy Body, I tried to get my wife into it. She doesn't really exercise at all, and I was trying to find something for her that she would enjoy. She just doesn't like going to the gym, and I mean, I understand, I like it now. I used to. I never really did like it. I don't know what I'm saying. But anyway, she mentioned, oh, maybe she'll get into Pilates. Maybe she needs a class where they can just do it for her. There is a Bikram where we just moved. There's a Bikram yoga studio like less than 5 minutes away. She expressed interest in that. Um,
That's good.
but the Pilates is interesting because I never really thought it. I guess I've heard good things about the machine, the reformer for back pain. But you're saying that it's
The
kind
same.
of unpredictable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you have the hyperextension machine, then it's solid. It's always the same. The body is that way. Move. So you can control your body, and you have nothing there attached to you it's not the same. The changes. The machine moves like pull down. It's like, hey, you are in the machine. You are attached to the machine, and the machine is different than other machines,
Hmm.
and the friction is different. The lines are different. It all is different. It's not the same, and it also gives you the possibility to cheat. It's really hard to cheat with the ways that three ways. You just see it right away when you don't do the right thing, or with Bikram yoga. So if your wife likes Bikram, well, encourage that, because it's a really good system. I did Bikram yoga for 2 years with him. So I have highest respect to him to create that system. the only thing that was created, really. There's nothing else in the world out there that a master create a routine. I think that you have some routines in, like I said, in Taekwondo and martial arts, and then they have certain belts and they follow the certain routines. The same you have in dance.
Hmm. That's good to know.
Yeah. All right. What's the word?
Balance.
Balance.
Mhm.
It goes everywhere, right? It's really a word that is a big word. Balance. All right, Melania, what's going on?
Ideal for ideal body weight.
Okay, cool. Nathan?
Stability. So same lane as balance.
Stability. It's a little bit different, right? Yeah, the stability it's stability that is you're stable in it.
Yeah.
Different a little bit focus. All right, my word for today. Anybody can give me the word? What's my word? Anita.
Oh. Routine.
Hey, you see? You got it. All right, guys.
Bye.
See you in 2
All
weeks.
right. Thank you. See you soon.